You know, what I'd say is there's a difference between being a father of your child and a father of your sibling. Like I told you earlier before, I ended up becoming a parent. But when it's your own child, even if it's adopted, your thoughts end up thinking about their future so much and their joy and how they'll turn out to be, who they'll marry or be married to. But it's joy. There's so much joy, like when you see them grow, they start asking you questions, they start talking. Like the first time I saw Malia walk, I was so shocked because she was crawling. So one day she just went to the table, pulled herself up and started moving. And in my head I'm thinking, this child is going to fall down. So I'm running after her. She's saying running. She's not stopping. So I think for me that was so amazing when they call you daddy, when you say something, she laughs and smiles. And even when they start growing in vocabulary and you can see the things they want, they don't want, or even them being cheeky or disobedient, and them also encouraging you. Children can encourage you even at that age. She has encouraged me many times. Never leave Jesus. Jesus is who is going to give you stability all through. Jesus, it's Jesus. I've tried to think, if Jesus was not in my life, I don't think my life would have purpose. I would be wealthy. I would have traveled all I want to travel. But just like series on TV, you can watch so many series. You can only watch so much. And after that, inaisha. And Jesus is the one who gives that breath of life for every day. So that would be the first. I would tell her to take her education seriously like I did. I would encourage her not to be fearful of failing because we failed so many times. But I would make sure that I'd be there to help her walk through that failure. That's what I didn't have. So that is what I would encourage her with. From being in a place where you had or you had more than enough to lack. So because I remember of the disorientation I had with that, it has made me very fearful of lacking. So I'd find myself also being too overly cautious with spending or doing something, or because I don't want her to lack. And sometimes now that would draw me away, and I think that sermon on Tim Keller for money and those sermons was a rebuke to me because I ended up adopting money as God, though unconsciously, because money will be done to provide. I know as long as there's money, she'll have a roof over her heads. She'll not have to face auctioneers. But that's not true. So that's one of the things. If I was to lose my spouse, God, I hope I never. I'd be very intentional if I was to ever remarry. Very, very intentional. I'd be very intentional to ask my daughter to speak if she doesn't approve. I'd like to hear what she has to say. For my dad, he married. We got to know it was, by the way, this is your stepmother. And I guess maybe he didn't know how to, maybe it was not culturally appropriate to ask your children, but I would ask my children, I would engage with them to think about that. I would ask her to think about what relationships are and why you want to get into a relationship. I'd encourage her not to fear getting married late, and also not to discard getting married early. The balance is the most important thing.